All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Saira Mushtaba. The headlines. Election Commission to announce schedule for Karnataka Assembly Elections today. Process for 7th round of coal blocks auction to begin today. Government says wheat production is not affected due to recent unseasonal rains. India's overall exports cross all-time high of $750 billion. Pakistan government tables a bill in Parliament to curb powers of Chief Justice. And in Badminton, Sindhu and Saina Nehwal to begin India's campaign at Madrid Spain Masters tournament. And now the news in detail. The Election Commission will announce the schedule for Karnataka's Assembly Elections today. The Commission will hold a press conference at 11:30 a.m. in New Delhi. The Model Code of Conduct will come into effect immediately after the announcement of the schedule. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai has said the BJP would release list of its candidates after the announcement of election dates. Opposition Congress and JDS have already announced their first list of candidates. The Ministry of Coal will begin the process for the 7th round of auctions for a total of 106 coal blocks in New Delhi today. The coal mines have been selected considering varied demands of investors. The ministry said the government is committed to attaining self-sufficiency in the area of coal for economic growth and development of the nation. The Coal Ministry has successfully auctioned 87 mines in less than 3 years. These mines are estimated to generate revenue of around 33,200 crore rupees and provide employment to about 3 lakh people. The first ever tranche of commercial coal mine auctions was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in June 2020 with a vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. The government has said the ban on export of wheat will continue as long as the country does not feel comfortable with the domestic supplies to meet the food security needs. Addressing a press conference, Food Corporation of India FCI Chairman and Managing Director Ashok K. Meena said wheat production has not been impacted due to unseasonal rains. He added that even after rains, the total wheat output will be at a record 112 million tons this year. As per the second estimate of the Agriculture Ministry, the government has projected a record wheat production of 112.18 million tons in the 2023-24 crop year, that is July to June. Mr. Meena also mentioned that the government procurement of fresh wheat crop has kick-started and about 10,727 tons was purchased at MSP in Madhya Pradesh. He informed that FCI aims to procure 13.2 million tons of wheat from Punjab, 7.5 million tons from Haryana and 8 million tons from Madhya Pradesh in the year 2023-24. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has said that India's overall exports have crossed $750 billion. He said this is an all-time high and the achievement comes in the 75th year of independence as the country is celebrating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Addressing the ASSOCHAM annual session 2023 in New Delhi yesterday, Mr. Goyal stated that there has been healthy growth in both merchandise and service sectors. He further said that the G20 presidency has given a unique opportunity to position India globally and this must be leveraged by the industry and business persons to showcase India's business prowess across the world. On the third and last day of the second Environment and Climate Sustainability Working Group meeting at Gandhinagar in Gujarat, a technical session on blue economy will be held today. Presentation on protecting and conserving coastal and marine ecosystems for a healthy ocean will be made during the meeting. Mainstreaming marine spatial planning for a sustainable blue economy will also be part of the presentation. The 3-day meet began on Monday. Our correspondent reports that yesterday 4 presentations were made by India on water resource management through various projects including Namami Gange. Briefing media at Gandhinagar, Chairman Central Water Commission Pushpinder Vohra said the work done under Namami Gange and the achievements were highlighted. He said the delegates were apprised that due to this initiative, dolphins are reviving and the number is increasing. Mr. Vohra said a total of 183 sewage treatment projects have been taken up under the scheme with a treatment capacity of over 5,600 million litres per day.
बताया गया 183 प्रोजेक्ट्स सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट के टेकअप किए गए हैं और उसमें तकरीबन 5,658 मिलियन लीटर पर डे की जो ट्रीटमेंट कैपेसिटी उसमें क्षमता है और बहुत सारे स्ट्रेचेज जो है आज की डेट में गंगा के ऊपर बहुत सारे जो सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट है वो फंक्शनल हो चुके हैं और बहुत सारा एरिया अच्छी तरह से साफ हो गया है और थोड़ा सा जो एरिया है उसके बारे में और काम चल रहा है.
The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change made the presentations on themes including arresting land degradation and promoting resource efficiency and circular economy. Additional Director General Forest Bivas Ranjan informed that G20 countries have voluntarily committed to ecologically restore 50% of the degraded land by 2040.
भारत ने दो तरह की थीम्स लिया है. एक वैसी जमीन जो फॉरेस्ट फायर से अफेक्ट होता हो परंतु उसका रेस्टोरेशन नहीं होता. दूसरी वैसी जमीन जो माइनिंग से इम्पैक्ट होता हो परंतु उसका रिक्लेमेशन नहीं होता. अगर इन दोनों जमीन को रिक्लेम कर दिया जाए और रिक्लेम तब तक किया जाए जब तक कि उसमें वहाँ की लोकल प्रजातियां का उद्भव ना हो. इस सीमा तक को हम इकोलॉजिकल रेस्टोरेशन कहते हैं और विश्व में 2040 तक 50% डिग्रेडेड लैंड को इकोलॉजिकली रेस्टोर करने का लक्ष्य G20 कंट्रीज ने वॉलंटरीली कमिट किया है.
Union Minister of State for Finance Dr. Bhagwat Kishan Rao Karad will formally inaugurate the first Trade and Investment Working Group meeting in Mumbai today. Cultural programs have also been organized for delegates in the evening. More than 100 delegates from G20 member countries, invitee countries, regional groupings and international organizations are attending the first TIWG meeting in Mumbai. More from our correspondent.
On the second day of the TIWG meeting in Mumbai today, discussions will be held on topics related to trade. Institute of Economic Growth Delhi, World Bank and United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific will deliver presentation on trade for growth and prosperity. Meanwhile, presentation on the topic trade and resilient global value chains will be made by Indian School of Business, Hyderabad and United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. Prarthana, AIR News, Mumbai.
On day 2 of the G20 Infrastructure Working Group IWG meeting in Visakhapatnam today, the Presidency has planned a health retreat for the delegates on the beachfront. During the retreat, the delegates will be introduced to yoga, meditation and sattvic food. Thereafter, the IWG will continue discussing the rest of the agenda and the official IWG meeting will conclude. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter @AIR News Alerts. Welcome back. You're listening to Morning News. All India Radio is presenting a vignette of select quotes of the Prime Minister from Mann Ki Baat as the program completes its 100th episode in April this year. Today, let us listen to the excerpts from the 29th episode of Mann Ki Baat, in which the Prime Minister lauded ISRO on its success.
People, voice and direct dialogue. That's your and our Mann Ki Baat. Yes, this is how our Prime Minister connects with millions of countrymen with the program Mann Ki Baat, aired on the last Sunday of every month on All India Radio. This series, which started on October 3rd, 2014, will complete its 100th episode in April 2023.
In this 29th episode, let's listen to those excerpts of Mann Ki Baat in which the Prime Minister lauded ISRO on its success. It's been a long journey in each field for independent India. New records have been set in its development. But it's altogether a different story in the field of space technology. The space program has been repeatedly flying higher flights. 15th February 2017 came as a milestone for the Indian space program for the world to see. On this day, ISRO sent a record 104 satellites into space. In the Mann Ki Baat episode, broadcast on 29th February 2017, what the Prime Minister elaborated on holds relevance even today.
चाहे गरीबी से निपटना हो, बीमारियों से बचना हो, दुनिया से जुड़ना हो, ज्ञान, जानकारियां पहुंचाना हो, टेक्नोलॉजी ने, विज्ञान ने अपनी जगह दर्ज करा दी है. 15 फरवरी 2017 भारत के जीवन में गौरवपूर्ण दिवस है। हमारे वैज्ञानिकों ने विश्व के सामने भारत का सर गर्व से ऊंचा किया है और हम सब जानते हैं कि इसरो ने कुछ वर्षों में कई अभूतपूर्व मिशन को सफलतापूर्वक पूर्ण किए हैं।
Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, TRAI, has issued directions to all telecom service providers to inform it about any major network outage. The Ministry of Communications observed that incidences of major network outage of telecom networks occurring due to technical reasons or due to natural calamities are not reported by telecom service providers to TRAI. TRAI has also asked telecom service providers to inform the root cause of such major network outage and corrective actions taken within 72 hours of restoration of services. Pakistan's Law Minister Azam Nazir Tarar yesterday tabled the Supreme Court Practice and Procedure Bill 2023 in the National Assembly, aimed to limit the discretionary powers to take suo motu notice by the Chief Justice of Pakistan. The House has sent the proposed bill to the Standing Committee on Law and Justice for further deliberations and approval today. The bill has already been approved by the Federal Cabinet. The government bill states that a committee comprising 3 senior judges will take the decision regarding the initiation of suo motu notice. The Supreme Court Justices Syed Mansoor Ali Shah and Jamal Khan Mandukhail had stated that the institution could not be dependent on the lone decision of one man. At least 40 people were killed after a fire started in an immigration detention facility at Ciudad Juarez City in northern Mexico near the U.S. border on Tuesday. Mexico's National Immigration Institute in a statement said the injured people were taken to hospitals. It said the facility was holding 68 adult men from Central and South America. The cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained. Mexico's Attorney General's office has launched an inquiry. In sports, in Madrid Spain Masters 2023 Badminton tournament, Olympic medalist PV Sindhu and Saina Nehwal will lead India's challenge today. Sindhu is seeded second in women's singles behind home favourite and Rio 2016 champion Karnataka Marin. In the opener, she will face one of the winners from the qualifiers. Saina Nehwal will face a tough opener against Thailand's Busanon Ongbrang-Rungpan, seeded third. 2014 Commonwealth Games champion Parupalli Kashyap will start his men's singles campaign in the qualification round. In men's singles, B. Sai Praneeth and Kidambi Shrikant will also be playing their opening matches today. The National Gallery of Modern Art, New Delhi, will organize Spring Fiesta 2023 today for the first time to celebrate 69 years of the museum. The Union Culture Ministry said more than 50 stalls will be set up for display and sales at the museum lawns, such as handicrafts, ceramics, indigenous art and fashion. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Sarabjit Kaur.
Thank you, Saira. Almost all dailies have covered Prime Minister's backlash at the opposition. The Tribune quotes the PM in its headline, Anti-National Forces Crumbling as India Rises. Hindustan Times writes, Corrupt joining hands, Modi lashes out at opposition. The Asian Age writes, Atik gets life term in Umesh Pal case. 18 pharma firms producing spurious drugs lost license, headlines the Tribune. The Hindu reports 2019 Jamia violence, High Court overturns discharge of 11 including Sharjeel Safura. The Indian Express writes, EPFO board recommends 8.15% interest for financial year 23, and the Hindu business line has some news for most of us who rely on making payments through UPI. The daily headlines, UPI payments of over 2,000 rupees to attract up to 1% interchange fee. And with that, it's back to you, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarabjit. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Election Commission to announce schedule for Karnataka Assembly Elections today. Process for 7th round of coal blocks auction to begin today. Government says wheat production unaffected due to recent unseasonal rains. India's overall exports cross all-time high of $750 billion. Pakistan government tables a bill in Parliament to curb powers of Chief Justice. And in badminton, PV Sindhu and Saina Nehwal to begin India's campaign at Madrid Spain Masters tournament. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a great day.